Hello, in this video I come up with the topic SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India. So we have the Securities and Exchange Board of India to regulate all the issues related to markets, capital markets. In a way you can call it as regulator of capital markets. So this includes securities in the sense bonds and shares and commodities exchange. So for the market as a whole, capital market, we have a regulatory body called Securities and Exchange Board of India. Now we'll see about it. This was established in the year 1988 on April 12th, but it was not statutory then. Later, with an act in the year 1992 called SEBI Act, Securities and Exchange Board of India Act 1992, it became a statutory body. So it became independent also in this very year of 1992, an autonomous body. It is headquartered at Mumbai, Maharashtra, and it has got a chairman or agency executive. He is also called agency executive of SEBI, and he is an IAS officer. Now the present agency executive of SEBI is Ajay Tyagi. So he is constituted in 2017 and he completed his 3 years term, and now he is again reconstituted as this agency executive of SEBI. And this has got regional offices. So 4 regional offices to look after the 4 parts of the country: North New Delhi, East Kolkata, for the south part Chennai, and for the western part Ahmedabad in Gujarat. So there are 4 regional offices of SEBI. Earlier, the whole work of this regulation of capital markets now has been seen by SEBI. Earlier, this was under an act called Controller of Capital Issues Control Act 1947. So under this Control Act, there is a post called Controller of Capital Issues, a body called Controller of Capital Issues. So this used to look after the capital markets of India before SEBI came into existence. We'll see the membership of this body. So who are all constituting the major chairs in SEBI? So there will be one chairman, as we have seen, the agency executive Ajay Tyagi, the present one, and there will be 2 officers of finance ministry. So finance ministry will give 2 officers to look after SEBI and 1 member from RBI. So we have also the hand of bank in this, and also 5 nominated persons. So 5 persons will be nominated by government. So among these 5 persons, 3 persons will be the permanent members in SEBI. So minimum 3 people must be the permanent members in SEBI. So overall 5 must be the nominated persons. This is the frame of membership in SEBI. So what does SEBI deal with? So deals with issuer of securities. So whoever is issuing bonds, whoever is issuing these securities called bonds and shares, so it is called the issuer of securities. So the company whichever is open in SEBI to issue these things is issuer, and investors who are going to buy these shares, buy these bonds in the stock market, or the investors, and the market intermediaries. So there is a market created between this issuer and investor. So this issuer, if you can treat him as donor, investor is the recipient. So he sells shares and investor buys shares. So between this donor and recipient of issuer and investors, there are intermediaries. So these are independent firms that do intermediation between issuer of securities and investors. So SEBI has got work with this 3 components of capital market. These 3 are the essential components of capital markets. They constitute the capital market as a whole. So this is what it deals with, and this has got a preamble, and this you can also have the whole functioning of SEBI in this preamble. If you can know the whole sentence, all the functions are covered in this sentence. So it promotes the interests of investors in securities, and to promote the development of and to regulate the securities market, and for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto. So what does it do? It looks after the interests of investors. As we have seen, it deals with investors. Of what? Of securities. So in buying bonds and shares, it deals with their interests, and to promote development and regulate the securities market. So whatever market is there for buying or selling of shares and bonds, it looks after the whole of the market, and any matters connected to these things and any incidental things that happen, any new incidental things that happen, if a thing needs to be surveilled, or if a thing needs to be looked after or new regulation has to come in, if there is any need to this extent, it brings such incidental decisions also. So this is the whole functioning and preamble of SEBI. So we'll see about the powers of SEBI next. It is a quasi-legislative body and quasi-judicial body. So we know legislative is rule making. So the power of rule making or regulation making is legislative. So as this is being done by SEBI, not by Parliament, this is quasi, not really, but it is making legislation, not a true legislation, but this is quasi legislation. And quasi judicial body, so it holds hearings, it brings some decisions out, but that is also by SEBI, not by the court itself. So this is a quasi judicial body, not a real judicial body, but a quasi judicial body. So what are the examples of these two functions? That is draft regulations, they conduct inquiries. So conducting inquiries, surveillance, and pass rulings. So as courts do rulings, this is a quasi-judicial body which does rulings also, and impose penalties. If any fraud is found in the securities market, buying and selling of shares and bonds, it imposes penalties to those companies or investors also. So these are the broad powers, and we'll see some achievements. So Securities and Exchange Board of India came up with money pooling schemes for more than 100 crores. So this started with an amendment act of Securities Law Amendment Act of 2014. So this is there are so many money pooling schemes that have come into this ages of SEBI, like Sahara scheme and all. So this is one achievement. And no brokerage defaults after 2001. So the brokerages or who connects these clients to companies to buy shares and bonds. So there are no brokerage defaults, no frauds or defaulters amongst brokers after 2001, after the SEBI is made statutory body. That is an achievement. And the next thing is Indian capital market is now being able to be compared with mature market. So the global market, we are able to compare our Indian market also with big global market firms, with big global capital market. So this is a big achievement that even we are doing well in the view of the world in terms of capital market system. And this has also brought good surveillance techniques to look after any frauds in this market, and also risk management to come up with dispute redressal things, to come up with any problem solving things. So it is also doing well with this risk management and research to do good surveillance and to improve this securities market. So these are some achievements of SEBI. But still there are some issues with SEBI, some problems with SEBI, that is due to over surveillance, we are not having a smooth economic system. So the securities market is supposed to bring growth to our economy, but there are restraints on economic activity due to over surveillance of SEBI. So that is one issue. And the legislative powers are not absolute. So they are not completely free, or they are not completely authoritative. They are restricted. So that is called near absolute. So they are not completely absolute. That is a problem. And insider trading, this is an illegal act. So there is no focus on this illegal act, wherein the buying of the stock market is led with illegal buying of shares. So that is insider trading. There is no good focus by SEBI about insider trading. And bulky documents of securities. So for buying the securities, and there has to be a good documentation, and for that there is a bulky mechanism to go through. So this is also an issue of SEBI. But still SEBI is doing well as a regulator of capital markets, because finally Indian capital markets have achieved this term of getting compared with matured markets in the world. So this is about SEBI, and thank you.